In question 1, to find an estimate for the mean height, I will use the following formula. Sigma fx is the sum of f times x. Sigma f is the sum of f being the frequency. So if I add this up, I should get 48 as given by the question. Now to find fx, I will first calculate the midpoint of each group and then multiply the midpoint by the frequency. I have added 2 extra columns to my table, one for the midpoint, which I have labeled x, and another one for the product f times x. Now the midpoints are 95, 105, 115, 125, and 135. I found this by adding the upper and the lower bound of each group and dividing by 2. And then once you do the necessary multiplications, I will get the following results: 760, 1260, 1725, 1250, and finally 405. And if I add this up, I will get 5400. So if I substitute this in my formula, I will get 5400 over 48, which will give me 112.5, and those are centimeters. For question 2, you will need a compass to draw the perpendicular bisector. You need to open the compass at more than half the distance DE and then draw an arc with center D. Then you have to repeat the same procedure, but this time use center E. Make sure you do not change the length of your compass. The compass should stay at the same length. And then once you draw the 2 arcs, you join the 2 points of intersection using a ruler, and that is your perpendicular bisector. Now in part A, I need to explain why the intersection between A and B is equal to the empty set. Note that A and B have no elements in common, and that is my reason to get this mark. In part B, we're being told that x is an element of the universal set, so x is an integer between 1 and 10. X does not belong in the union of A and B. Now the union of A and B are all the integers either in A or in B. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. The only integers missing are 1 and 9, and these are the 2 possible values for x. Now, for part C, I will draw a Venn diagram to help me figure out the members of set C. Now, A and B have no elements in common, so these 2 regions are empty. Let's put a red cross there so I know they're empty. A intersection C contains the element 2, so element 2 is there. So the remaining elements of set A are 3, 5, and 7. Now, B intersection C dash are the elements in B, but not in C. And these are 4, 6, and 10. So the elements 4, 6, and 10 are in B, but not in C. So I've got 4, 6, and 10. Now, B has another element, number 8. So I'll have to put this element here. And then since A union B union C is equal to the universal set, it means that there is nothing outside the three circles. So the rest of the numbers must be in C. So C contains 1 and 9 as well. So the elements of set C are 1, 2, 8, and 9. Note that if you started with the fact that A and B have nothing in common, so the two circles do not intersect, your Venn diagram would have looked like this. For question 4, let's first recall the formula for the volume of the cylinder. Now, I'm being told that the diameter is 14, which means that the radius is half of that. It's 7 centimeters. So I can put this in the formula and get pi times 7 squared times 20. And if you do this calculation, you will get 980 pi. But because we need this to three significant figures, it means I have to change it to a decimal. Now the decimal will be 3078.76 and so on. Now correct to three significant figures, this will be 3080 cubic centimeters. For question 5, I'll start by finding the cost of the 120 books. So cost equals 120 times 4 is 480. Now to find the income, I'll need to split into 3. So for the first half of the books, 1/2 times 120, that's 60 books. At a price of 5 will give me an income of 300. Then for the 40% of the books, that is 48 books, times 7 each book will give me an income of 336. And then for the remaining of the books, which is 100 minus 60 and 48, which is equal to 12 books, the income is 12 times 8 equals 96. So my total income from the books is 300 plus 336 plus 96, which is 732. So the profit is equal to 732 minus 480 is equal to 252. To find the percentage profit, I will do the profit over the cost price times 100, and this will give me 52.5%. Now for part B, I have an unknown value times my multiplying factor. Since I have an increase of 20%, my multiplying factor is 1.20. So x times 120 should be equal to my final value. So x is 15 over 120, which will give me 12.5. So the value of the book on 1st of May 2019 is 1250. Now for question 6, I've got two similar triangles. I personally like the scale factor method whenever I have similar shapes. Two corresponding sides are 6 and 15. So 6 to become 15, I will need to multiply by my scale factor. In order to find k, I will do 15 over 6, which is 5 over 2, or as a decimal, that's 2.5. So to find df, that's x, the base of the triangle, I will start from 4.2, multiply by my scale factor and get the answer, which is 10.5. Now to find BC, which is this side here, let's label this y. Again, I'll use the scale factor. Y times 2.5 will give me 19.5. So y is 19.5 divided by 2.5, and this will be 7.8 centimeters. Now for question 7, let's remind ourselves of the formula of the mean. So mean is equal to sigma x over n. Sigma x is the sum of the individual observations. N is how many observations I have. In this case, observations are the number of students. Now for the boys, n is equal to 13 and my mean is equal to 25. So the sum of the marks of the boys is equal to 13 times 25, which is 325. Now for the girls, I know that n must be 17 because the total is 30. I don't know the mean, neither sigma x, but for the total, I know that the mean is 26.8. So the sum of the observations for all 30 students is 26.8 times 30, which is 804. So to find the sum of the observations for the girls, I will do 804 minus 325, and this will give me 479. Hence, to find the mean, I will just do 475 divided by the 17 girls, and this will be 28.2, correct to 3 significant figures. For question 8, I've got a speed of x kilometers per hour, so that is x kilometers over 1 hour. I need to change this into meters per second. Now to convert kilometers into meters, I will just multiply by 1000, and to change hours into seconds, I will multiply by 60 squared. So this will be 1000x over 3600, and if I simplify this, I will get 5 over 18x. In question 9, I need to solve the simultaneous equations. Let's label this as 1 and 2. I can do that by either using elimination or substitution. I will proceed with elimination. I will keep one the same and multiply the second one by 2. So I will get x plus 2y equals minus 0.5, and then 6x minus 2y equals 32. And then I'm going to add the two equations. The 2y's cancel out. So I have 7x equals to 31.5. So x is 31.5 divided by 7, which will give me 4.5. And if I substitute this into equation 2, I will get 3 times 4.5 minus y equals 16. So y is equal 3 times 4.5 minus 16, which will give me a value of minus 2.5. And these are my two solutions. For question 10, note that I'm given the gradient, which is equal to 5. I'm also given the y-intercept, which is equal to minus 3. So the equation would be y equals 5x minus 3. For part B, I need to write the inequalities that define region R. I've got two inequalities, one that restricts the x value, one that restricts the y values. So the x values are between 0 and 2. The y values are between 1 and 3. So my inequalities would be x between 0 and 2 and y between 1 and 3. The reason I'm including the or equal in the inequality sign is that the four lines are solid and not dotted. Now for part A of this question, I need the difference between Barcelona and Monaco. So this is Monaco, this is Barcelona. I need to subtract those two, so 7.7 times 10 to the 4 minus 9.5 times 10 to the 3. And if you do this subtraction, you will get 6.75 times 10 to the 4. Now part B says Antonio says the average crowd attendance for Chelsea is approximately 50 times that of Oxford United. So I need to compare Chelsea and Oxford United. Chelsea is obviously bigger than Oxford United. I need to see how many times bigger it is. So 4.2 times 10 to the 4 over 8.3 times 10 to the 3. And if you do this calculation, the answer you will get is 5.06 and so on. So the answer would be no, he is wrong, because it is 5 times more and not 50 times more. Then for part C, I will start with the cost, which I don't know. If there's an increase by 15%, it means I'm going to multiply by 1.15. And then if there's a decrease, then the multiplying factor is 0.92. And if I do this multiplication, I will have cost times 1.058. So overall, I have an increase of 5.8%. Note that since 5.8 is positive, an increase is being implied. Now for question 12, I will split my trapezium into a rectangle and a right angle triangle. I will call this point E. Now the height of this triangle is 16.7. Let me extract this triangle so I can work on it. Now I need to find ED and CD. Let's start with CD. Sine of 43 is equal to opposite over the hypotenuse, which is sin D. So sin D is equal to 16.7 over sine of 43, and this will give you 24.48686 and so on. Then to find in D, I will use tan 43 is equal to 16.7 over in D. So in D is equal to 16.7 over tan 43, and this comes out to be 17.90855 and so on. So in order to find the perimeter, I will add 16.7, which is the height, plus 21.2, plus 21.2, plus the two sides that I found in my calculations. So plus 21.2, plus again 21.2, plus 24.5, plus 17.9. Note that for the last two numbers, I will use the full accuracy of my calculator or the numbers I've written above, which have more than one decimal place. And this will come out to be 101.495. And if I round this to three significant figures, I will get 101. For question 13, I need to complete the cumulative frequency table. The first value would be the first frequency, that's 7. The second one will be the sum of the first two frequencies, that's 17. The third one is the sum of the first three frequencies, 29, and so on. So I get 48, 66, and 80. And then in part B, I need to draw the cumulative frequency graph. Note that the x-coordinates would be the upper bounds for time, and the y-coordinates would be the cumulative frequencies. Since the times all begin from 0, I will pass my graph through the origin. Now, when you join the points, you can do so using either straight lines or a smooth curve. And if I zoom out, that's how the graph should look like. In part C, I need to use the graph to find an estimate for the median. Since I have 80 observations, 80 over 2 is equal to 40. So I need the 40th observation. I will go on the y-axis, locate 40, and then read off the x-coordinate for that y value. So the x-coordinate of that is 18, and that is my median, 18 minutes. Note that the mark scheme accepts any value between 17 and 19. Now for part D, to find the interquartile range, first I will need to find Q3, which is 3/4 of 80, which is 60, so the 60th value. Then I will find Q1, which is 1/4 of 80, that's 20, so the 20th value. And if I subtract the two, this will give me the interquartile range. So let's repeat this process. So the value for Q3 from my x-axis would be approximately 23.5. And for Q1, that's 11.5. So the IQR is the difference of these two values, which is 12 minutes. The acceptable values from the mark scheme are 9 to 13. In this question, I need to find the magnitude of AC. First, let's find AC. So AC is A to B, and then from B to C. Note that from C and B I can find BC, which is exactly the reverse, -1, -3. So this is equal to 6 minus 9 plus -1 minus 3. So I've got 5 minus 12. So the magnitude of AC, let's denote this with two vertical lines, is equal to 5 squared plus -12 squared, and the square root of that So if you do the calculation, that's the square root of 169, which is equal to 13. In question 15, to make x the subject, I will start by squaring both sides. So y squared is equal to 3x minus 2 over x plus 1. Then I will multiply and expand. So xy squared plus y squared is equal to 3x minus 2. I need to take the x's on one side. 3x minus xy squared on the right, y squared plus 2 on the left. Then I'm going to take x as a common factor on the right. Going to keep the left the same. So x is equal to y squared plus 2 over 3 minus y squared. Note that x equals minus y squared minus 2 over y squared minus 3 is also acceptable. In question 16, I will need to rationalize the denominator. In order to do so, I will multiply top and bottom by square root of 2 plus 1. So I will get 4 plus square root of 8 times square root of 2 plus 1 over square root of 2 minus 1 square root of 2 plus 1 in the denominator. So if I expand, I will get 4 square root of 2 plus 4 plus square root of 16 plus square root of 8 all over, and then in the denominator, this is the difference of two squares. So I will get square root of 2 squared minus 1 squared. Now note, square root of 16 is equal to 4. Square root of 8 is equal to square root of 4 times square root of 2. So this is 2 square root of 2. So this will simplify to 4 square root of 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 root 2 all over, and now square root of 2 squared is just 2 minus 1. So this simplifies to 8 plus 6 square root of 2 over 1, or simply 8 plus 6 square root of 2. In question 17, y is proportional to the cube of x, so y equals kx cubed. Let's substitute the values in. So 20h equals k times h cubed. So k is 20h over h cubed. So k is just 20 over h squared. So the formula is y is equal to 20 x cubed over h squared. Then in part B, I'm given the value of y, so 67.5h equals to 20x cubed over h squared. Let's cross multiply. 67.5h cubed equals to 20x cubed. Let's divide by 20. That's 27h cubed over 8 equals 2x cubed. So x is the cube root of 27h cubed over 8, and this will give me 3h over 2. For question 18, I have this cuboid. Note that the base is square. First, I'm going to find the area. Now, the base is x squared. I've got two of them, one on top, one at the bottom, so 2 times x squared plus, and then this standing surface which I have 4 times, front and back, and then left and right, is equal to 4 times x times 12 minus 3x. Let's expand. 2x squared plus 48x minus 12x squared. So this gives me 48x minus 10x squared. To find the maximum value of a, I will use differentiation. dA dx is equal to 48 minus 20x. For a maximum, I set this equal to 0. And if I solve this one, 48 equals 20x. X comes out to be 2.4. So the maximum value of A is equal to 48 times 2.4 minus 10 times 2.4 squared, and this will be 57.6. Note, you can also solve this question by completing the square and locating the coordinates of the turning point. In question 19, I will start by splitting my shape into 2 triangles. Now, starting from triangle ACD, I will use the area to work out the length of AC. So area equals 1 over 2 C times D times sine of my angle A. So 250 is 1 over 2 times 26 times AC times sine of 39. If I rearrange this one, AC is equal to 250 over 1 over 2 times 26 times sine of 39, and this will give me 30.557999479. Then I will continue with triangle ABC. And first, I will use the sine rule to work out the length A and B. So 30.6 over sine 95 is equal to A and B over sine of 47. So A and B is equal to 30.6 sine 47 over sine of 95, and this comes out to be 22.43407102. So A and B is about 22.4. Now angle BAC is equal to 180 minus 95 and 47. That's 38 degrees. So now I can use the formula for the area to find the area of this green triangle. So area is equal to 1 over 2 BC times sine of A. That's 1 over 2 times 30.6 times 22.4 times sine of 38, and this comes out to be 211.0303533. So the total area is 250 plus 211 which is 461 centimeters squared. In question 20, to find the points of intersection, I need to solve the two equations simultaneously. I will label them 1 and 2, and I will start by substituting equation 1 into equation 2. So x squared minus 3x times 9 minus x plus 2, 9 minus x squared is equal to 0. So x squared minus 27x plus 3x squared plus 2 times 81 minus 18x plus x squared is equal to 0. So x squared minus 27x plus 3x squared plus 162 minus 36x plus 2x squared is equal to 0. So 6x squared minus 63x plus 162 is equal to 0. And if I divide by 3, I will get 2x squared minus 21x plus 54 is equal to 0. Now I can factorize this one. I will get 2x minus 9 and x minus 6 is equal to 0. So my two x values are 9 over 2 or 6. And then I can substitute into equation 1. So y is equal to 9 minus 9 over 2. So y is 9 over 2. Or y is 9 minus 6. So y is equal to 3. So my solutions are 9 over 2, 9 over 2, and 6, 3. In 21, I'm given that the ratio of the length AB to BC to CF is 4 to 2 to 3. Let's write this down, 4, 2, and 3. I need to work out the size of the angle between AF, which is this diagonal, and the plane MBC in D, which is the base of the cuboid. Now, we'll need to construct a right angle triangle, and this triangle will be ACF. Now, this is a right angle triangle with base AC. In order to find AC, I will need to work with the triangle ABC, which is part of the rectangular base. So let's extract these two shapes and work out the missing sides and angle. So from the rectangular base, I will use triangle ABC and Pythagoras theorem. So AC squared is equal to 4 squared plus 2 squared. So AC is the square root of 20. And then in the yellow triangle, tan of theta is equal to 3 over square root of 20. AC was found from before, so that's square root of 20. So theta is inverse tan of 3 over square root of 20, which comes out to be 33.9 degrees to 1 decimal place. For this question, I will factorize the top and bottom. Now in the top, I'm going to take out the common factor of x. So x, 6x squared plus 13x minus 5. Then the denominator is the difference of two squares, so 2x minus 5, 2x plus 5. The numerator factorizes further. This is x, 2x plus 5, and 3x minus 1. Let me rewrite the denominator. Now I can cancel out. The 2x plus 5 cancels out. So I am left with x 3x minus 1 over 2x minus 5. Now you can expand the numerator if you want, or you can just leave it like this. For this question, let the number of red be 3 as given and the number of green be x. So the total is x plus 3. That will start by drawing a tree diagram. Now during the first draw, I've got 3 out of x plus 3 for red and x over x plus 3 for green. Now if the first one is red, then there are 2 out of x plus 2 red and the x out of x plus 2 are green. Now if the first one was green, the red remain as 3 out of x plus 2, but the green are now x minus 1 out of x plus 2. And if I want the probability that I have exactly one red, it means I want either red, green, or green, red. So these are the two outcomes of interest. So if I multiply the two probabilities and then add, I will get 3 over x plus 3 times x over x plus 2. This is the product of these two, plus x over x plus 3 times 3 over x plus 2. That's this product. This must be 12 over 35. Now note that the product of the denominators is the same, so I can put this as one fraction with denominator x plus 3, x plus 2, and the numerator is 3x plus 3x. I have 6x over, and I will expand, that's x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 12 over 35. I will cross multiply, that's 210 x equals to 12x squared plus 60x plus 72. Let's take everything to one side. 12x squared minus 150x plus 72. Let's divide by 6. 0 equals 2x squared minus 25x plus 12. And if I factorize, I get 2x minus 1, x minus 12. So I have two x values, x equals to 1 over 2 or x equals 12. But because x is the number of green, it has to be an integer. So x equals to 12 is the correct answer, and I will reject the half. For question 24, part A, I will start by replacing x with 5, and the answer is 13. Then in part B, I need to find the inverse function. Y is equal to 2x squared minus 20x plus 9. Let's change x and y. So x equals 2y squared minus 2y plus 9. I will start by completing the square. X equals 2, y squared minus 10y plus 9. So x equals 2, y minus 5 squared minus 5 squared plus 9. X equals 2, y minus 5 squared minus 25. Let's remove the square bracket. 2 y minus 5 squared minus 50 plus 9. So x equals 2 y minus 5 squared minus 41. Now we'll rearrange to get y on its own. So x plus 41 over 2 equals y minus 5 squared. I will take the square root of both sides, so square root x plus 41 over 2 with a plus or minus at the front equals y minus 5. So if I take the 5 to the other side, I get 5 plus or minus the square root of x plus 41 over 2. Now note, in my original function, I've got x bigger or equal than 5, which means for the inverse function, y must be bigger or equal than 5. So to get something bigger or equal than 5, I need to keep the plus here and not the minus. So y equals 5 plus square root of that. And this is my final answer.